Yeah.
And then what data points, factors do you use to find the right cities, neighborhoods?
I guess the fundamentals of job growth, population growth, but go ahead.
Yeah, there are some pretty basic fundamentals, which is job growth and GDP, all that sort of stuff. What I like to look at is what's the history of corrections in that market. And so I go back to the Canadian Real Estate Association has data that goes back a long time on market stability. And if you go through my pro forma, that data is all in there, right? And so I show investors, I compare a volatile market to the markets that I'm going into, and I show them what stability looks like. So when you look at Vancouver Island, Victoria, Capital Regional District, and Vancouver, that data trend that goes up, it's just a little bit of a squiggly line. There's a flat section after 2008, very little correction, and then it just takes off again. And if 2008 was any indication of what a bad correction looks like, then I think we're pretty safe.
Yeah,
When you think about how Vancouver and Vancouver Island fared, and when you look at the data chart, those data charts, Vancouver Island, Victoria, Vancouver, they all perform exactly the same. So it doesn't really matter where you invest. If you can buy land in a place on Vancouver Island or in the Lower Mainland, where when you run the numbers on your construction costs, your land costs, your holding costs while you're in development, permitting, and if you can come out of all of that and end at occupancy, if you can cash flow and you get a decent return for investors, it's a project worth doing. And so there isn't really a specific area that I would say works. Well, other than I know that Vancouver Island works because I've done the numbers on Vancouver Island. Some areas of Vancouver Island aren't going to work because I don't think that the rent revenue is up high enough yet to cover all the costs. But there are quite a few areas that are. Nanaimo is one. Cowichan is really close. It's getting there. All of the Capital Regional District of Victoria is good. So it doesn't matter where you go in Capital Regional District, the numbers work. The land cost is low enough, and the lift on the apartments is low enough based on the NOI over cap on the revenue. So it works really well.